How's that, Steve?
Oh.
All right, welcome to Energizing EAM. We're broadcasting once again from Inforum 2019. And you're listening to Energizing EAM Podcast, and we're just highlighting the best of the best that are in the, I don't know, just technology in general, man. I'm slipping and sliding all over technology. But you know the best part about it? I get to interview great people like Steve right here with Advoco. Brindle is his last name. You got great hair and glasses all
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Let's get going.
I try.
Yeah, I don't. You can tell if you're, and we're able to get out on Facebook Live. We were having some Wi-Fi issues here at this technology conference.
I was going to say, can you believe we're at a tech conference and they can't get the Wi-Fi sorted out?
It's apparently across the board. It's an equal opportunity pain.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get to it. Let's for the listeners out there, let's sort of lay down that foundation of who you are, Steve. Where did you come from, and how did you get involved with Advoco? So just start when you were born. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
Just let's not go back that far.
So basically, I was initially an academic, believe it or not. I've actually got a PhD in mathematics, pure mathematics. And when I finished
Dr. Brindle,
calling, is there a doctor in the house? Yeah. Whenever they say that on the plane, I'm tempted to put my hand up, but doing hard integrals.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Doing a hard integral isn't going to help somebody with a heart attack.
No, I can calculate it out.
Yeah. But basically at that point, I kind of had a choice. I could stay in academia and do work that maybe a half dozen people in the world would ever read or understand, or I could kind of go into consulting. So I decided that, I'd done a lot of computing. So I went into kind of IT consulting, and I joined a consultancy that specialized with people with PhDs to do a lot of research for MOD and other customers in the UK. And from there, that grew into more technical project management. Then I joined a consulting company and moved to California.
Where did you go to California? Where were you?
So originally, I did my PhD down at UCSD. And then when I moved...
By the way, it's a gorgeous campus.
Oh, it's beautiful. La Jolla?
La Jolla, it's gorgeous. The Cove, did you ever go snorkeling in the Cove?
Yeah, and I swam in the Cove quite a lot because there's a buoy out there that's about a half mile or quarter mile out. And we would do out and back swims when I was training out there. It was a lot of fun.
It is, okay.
Yeah.
We digress.
Yeah. In fact, the reason I chose UCSD, I actually got accepted at a couple of other prestigious schools, including MIT. But at UCSD,
you're just throwing it on.
I'm just throwing it out there. Yeah.
Everybody, I realize how dumb I am. All right, thank you very much.
Yeah. But I chose UCSD because I love surfing, and I could get from the campus down to a surfing beach in about 15 minutes.
Easily.
It was just beautiful.
Great Mexican restaurants there too.
Superb.
Old Town? Did you go to Old Town?
Oh, Old Town a lot. Tijuana back then, because Tijuana was actually kind of fun and safer than it is now.
Did you take a picture on the donkey?
No.
Donkey.
No. I'm not actually, I'm not going to mention anything of the things that I went on down there. What happens in TJ stays in TJ as far as I'm concerned.
Clearly. I worked at SeaWorld.
Oh, really? Yeah.
In the summer.
Yeah.
And I stayed at UCSD.
Oh, nice.
That was my little apartment. That was the best summer job I ever had in my entire life.
Yeah.
As I lived there.
Anyways, how I got to where I am now. Basically, as I say, I worked for various consulting companies, and in 2002, I had the option to basically start a company with a colleague of mine, and we decided we were going to start Advoco. We were sick of working for other people. We'd both been working for other consultancies, and we figured, what they could do, we could do it just as well, if not better. So that's when we started Advoco. And then we really took off seriously when Marty joined us in about 2006, 2007. And we got more into, in fact, we started in the EAM space. And it's amazing how it's a lot of luck involved. You can, people say you make your luck, and you have to be in the right position. You have to be able to capitalize on it. But it's just some of these just little things that happen that can just guide you. And, I think it's key to knowing what's right when you find it. And we found Marty and doing some work with him, and he joined us. And then we just said, okay, EAM is the space and the niche we want to get into, and we can be the best company at that. And it wasn't something I was really targeting before we'd done that. It was just kind of one of these fortuitous things.
Well, I'm telling you right now, what makes Advoco really unique and interesting from my perspective is that you're very active and you're very committed to your culture. Internally, the people, you truly have a beautiful purpose when it comes to this. Now we're here at Inforum 2019, and it is tech, baby. It's all tech, and it's all great, and I'm not complaining one bit, but it is the human element that keeps it moving forward. And you and Advoco and the rest of the team, have a really great focus. So what are you committed to from that perspective, from creating an environment that is not only very productive, but very happy?
Yeah, it's interesting because, we've striven since we started the company, to basically, we'll say kind of work hard, play hard. Everyone uses that. It's a little overused. But the idea is, we wanted to build a company, Marty and I, where we wanted to work, and we actually want to work, and we're happy coming in. And that goes from everything from, we have a lot of activities we do. We do fitness challenges. We do kind of Advoco for Good, where we're working with charities. We make wine. We have a crazy Christmas party where we take people to the Caribbean and with their partners for 3 or 4 days. And we just kind of have a great, let our hairs down out there. But it all centers around the people. And you have to be genuine. I think a lot of companies say they do these things, and they might get pool tables in, and they might let you bring your dogs into work. But the overall culture, it doesn't have heart. People really don't live it. But it's actually being able to go out there and actually live within the work environment exactly how we want to live. It really comes down to leading by example and just really being.
But why? So you guys said, "Hey, I'm going to be starting a company. I don't want to report to anybody. I want to be able to do it, and I'm smart enough, bright enough, fast enough, whatever it might be."
Yeah.
Why? Why did you say we truly want to create a very unique environment that is really circles around not just the employees, but touch the community as a whole?
There are a couple of things. One is the golden rule. You always want to kind of do unto others as you like to have done to yourself. So that's part of it. And it sounds very altruistic, but I really want to leave the world and the business world a better place than when I joined it.
Hey, Susie, just 1 second, right there. Sorry. Hey, if you're watching us, do not move. Yeah. Okay, better. Yes. You're next. Don't move. There you go. How's that?
That's
Marty, you're great. She's better. Yeah, and he's great too. So I'm sorry, digress. And by the way, we're looking at people walking by.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, no, it does sound a little kind of airy fairy, but just really wanting to leave the place a better place. And if you can make some money, have some fun, help out great customers, just have some great experiences, along the way, it just all adds up. It all adds up.
And it does, but do you? And I hate to do this because it's not a part of it. I mean, there's that you want to be true, right? You want to have that truth behind it and that sincerity behind it and the heart behind it. But it does translate into some other benefits, both financial,
absolutely,
delivery, customer satisfaction, because there is a benefit of it, but you've got to commit to the beginning, but you got to be true.
Yep.
But there is a benefit.
Yeah, absolutely. When we go out there and we kind of have our mission statement, our value statement, we really do kind of live by those because, absolutely, it just makes everything better. But in terms of kind of, are we in it to make money? Yes, we're in it to make money. But is money the end game? No. It's something that we're just really out there just to enjoy ourselves and just treat people well, whether it's our customers or our employees.
I had the fortunate opportunity to go to your event last
night. Yeah, man.
It was good.
Just last night.
And one of the things that I discovered, which was just really quite fun and blowing my mind, is the fact that you guys have a great Pinot and you are into the wine and the way you create that team building.
Absolutely.
Can you explain to the listeners out there what that means? Because I'm telling you, the Pinot was good. Oh, here, let me just show you. And I remember I said I'm going to another event and I'm going to have some wine, and I'm going to show you this photo. Just a moment, Tito. That's me drinking another wine and not liking it.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
So I said, take a picture of it.
And
then I said, send it to Marty and Steve.
No, so basically, we have an office over in San Francisco area, and the third business partner, other than Marty and myself, is Paul Cowley, and he basically lives on the coastal side of Sonoma Mountain, so it's very much in the wine region up there. He's got a 5-acre plot of land. He's got about 100 vines in himself, and he's got neighbors who make wine. And about 8 years ago, one of his neighbors, who he knows well, basically approached Paul and said, "Hey, look, I've got more grapes than I know what to do with. do you guys want to come and pick our Pinot, buy it from me, get a couple of tons, couple of barrels going, and make some Pinot? And Paul said, yeah, definitely we'll do that. And we'll sponsor it as a company.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny because it comes out of Marde's marketing budget, but he basically pays for Paul's wine habit, in that we will then go and pick the grapes, and we have the proper barreling, do everything ourselves other than actually kind of growing the vines. But, we pick the grapes, we ferment, crush, press, and then it goes in barrels, and then we bottle it, and enjoy drinking it a lot.
And you have some great pictures that result. If you're not following Advoco on Facebook, I highly recommend that you follow Advoco on Facebook, because it's I saw one picture and it looked like a doggone postcard. I'm going, what the heck is this?
Yeah, it's beautiful up there
it is
because we picked the actual grapes up on Sonoma Mountain. So you've got this beautiful view going out towards the coast.
What's the yield on that? So you take 25 acres? Did you say?
No, this is we've got about 30. The Pinot comes from about 13 rows, and each row has about 12 vines in it. So I guess we're looking at about 140 odd.
Do you need help with the math?
Yeah, I need my calculator. I'm not an arithmetician. Yeah.
That was low-hanging fruit.
I know.
Hey,
that was an
another
easy one.
Hey.
Yeah, but basically, we get anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000 pounds depending on the year and the yield. And 1,000 pounds will basically, once it's pressed, will basically give you a barrel's worth. So that's 60 gallons.
60 gallons.
Yeah.
And then how many bottles are out of a barrel?
I knew you were going to ask me that, and I always forget.
Do you need my calculator? Because I have no clue. Because it's just interesting because
I think we get about 25 cases basically out of it. Yeah,
that's pretty significant. That's not a small amount.
We've got a problem at the moment because we've just picked and just bottled last year's vintage, in that the wine store is pretty much full. So we actually need to drink more wine. That's basically what it's coming down to.
Do you need my address?
Possibly, yeah.
Can I participate
absolutely.
in the fun?
Well, we do have the Advoco Wine Club, which is one of the fun things that we do. Obviously, we drink it at internal events and staff have it. We use it for a lot of marketing, so we do send it out to customers, and we do kind of send it out to Infor reps and stuff. And when we close a big deal, the Infor rep loves it because we'll send them a couple of bottles of wine or a half case of wine, depending on the size of the deal. And then sometimes we'll get a phone call saying, well, I haven't had any wine recently. And we'll say, well, you haven't sold any deals recently, so it definitely kind of incentivizes them to try and bring us into
But we're
deals.
a company with a heart, so get out there and sell.
We have a little saying that we're actually a winemaking company with a software problem, so that's basically what it turns out.
It's pretty cool. I mean, I've been a very avid follower of Advoco, and just looking at your posts, and the posts and your digital push demonstrates a heart.
Yeah,
and it's rare.
Yeah,
and not to say other companies don't. But you guys, you've got a sincerity about you.
And it's really nice to have that recognized as well. And there are various reasons that that we see from that. One is we have great retention rates. Like we have almost no one leaving the company. In fact, the last 3 people to leave the company, 2 of them went traveling around the world because they decided they wanted to take some time off, and one's gone on a Christian mission. So. No one kind of leaves to go to competitors, which is great because obviously it's a pain kind of getting people in. We've also won the best place to work in South Carolina for 2 years running.
Okay, so I'm a podcaster and I do a great job.
Yeah.
Am I interviewing now? Please say
yes,
you are. And you're doing a great job, Scott.
You're doing a great job, Scott. Yeah. We need more podcasts. We need more online presence.
Well, I can honestly say, here's the deal.
Yeah.
I am the #1 podcast for industrial in the universe. Because think of another one.
Yeah, I haven't got another one to think of.
It drops off very fast.
Yeah.
That's what 35 years of experience does. You're just able to talk about anything in industry.
Yeah, and just keep talking.
You just keep talking and chatting and like that. We're kicking off, and I think Mary was part of it. We're kicking off a Women in Industry and Women in Technology.
Yeah.
And I think that is an important component associated with what we're trying to do.
Yep.
And you can't. We need to give the recognition. Greater recognition for women and what they're doing, and promote technology and industry as a whole.
Yep, absolutely. So. And we had an occasion, and when the company's growing, it's going to happen. One of our ladies was out on site, and it wasn't harassment, but it was slightly inappropriate behavior, and she's a young girl, and thankfully there was another lady with her who was able to kind of, nothing happened bad. It wasn't worth a court case or anything, but she was able to basically coach the younger lady about how to deal with it and what to say and how to react and not react.
Yeah.
And that made us realize that, we're great at training people on EAM. We're training them to be consultants. But are we really equipping them with all the things? Because we're sending them out into a very heavily male-dominated space. Maintenance is very male-dominated.
It is.
And we've got quite a lot of, I'll be quite honest, attractive young ladies coming out of college who are working for us. And we need to make sure that they know, what's right, what's wrong, where the bounds are, and how to handle that. So that is a key part of our kind of women in consulting that we're promoting.
You're doing women in consulting?
Not me personally. At Advoco, we have a women in consulting group, and they're basically kind of really looking and working about how that should be handled.
We need to talk offline because there's plenty of things that we're all doing here. Let's join forces because my wife over there does women in industry. So.
Oh, okay.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna have to wrap it up, my friend.
Great
Thank
to
you
talk to
very
you, Scott.
much. It was wonderful.
Appreciate it.
I'm really impressed with the VOCO.
Thank you.
And what you guys are doing out there, not just from the great work you're doing, but also from the what you're changing lives because they're a part of your organization, which is very, very noble.
Yeah.
So I just
Excellent.
I just throw that out for consideration for what it's worth. I'm bald,
Yeah.
so it's it's not worth much.
I really appreciate that. It's been great talking to you.
Hey, to you listeners out there, we're going to have another great conversation with other professionals that are in the EAM space, if not just the EAM, technology as a whole. We've got an incredible array of professionals who are committed to your success, your profession. And hey, you're out there on LinkedIn, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Look for Steve Brindle and Advoco.
Brindle. Advoco is Advoco. So find him, reach out. You will not be. I don't care. Be a friend. Just you will not be disappointed with their posts. I'm telling you right now. Follow them. Anyway, thank you very much. Thank you for joining Energizing EAM. We will be back with another great interview, so stay tuned and be safe.